New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani says socialism is solving capitalist problems.
And we raise taxes on the wealthiest New Yorkers, instead of taking more from those with the least. Throughout this process, I've been reminded of the words of the Austrian economist Friedrich Hayek. If socialists understood economics, they wouldn't be socialists. If these past months have shown us anything, it is that socialists not only understand economics just as well as the capitalists who came before, but that we can solve their years of mismanagement through an embrace of our principles.
Oh, dear. Dave Portnoy joins me now. Come on in, Dave. You said you might run against Mamdani for New York City mayor. Are you serious?
It depends what day you wake me up. You show me a clip like that, Stuart, my blood starts to boil. Didn't he just take money from the state? Anybody can balance a bunny and do that. If I owe $12 million and I go to somebody else and I say, hey, give me $12 million and let me kick this down the can for the next guy's problem, I don't know that that's solving anything. This guy's unbelievable. You didn't balance anything. You just took money. You robbed Peter to pay Paul. Like, what are we doing here?
But what do you make of the socialist, Milat Kiros? She won in Colorado. She's arguing that 9/11 and October 7th, the terror attacks were inevitable. And I think she's flat out anti-Semitic. But she's going to be a big part of the coming Democrat Party.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at just what happened in New York. You had Mamdani raising the arm of a woman who literally started a foundation at Columbia with the express goal of overthrowing Western society. It's so absurd, you can't make it up. Another one in New York said, U.S. deserved 9/11. No borders, no police, no prisons. She actually, the woman, Chevalier, that Mamdani was endorsing and going to pub crawl, said she didn't want black men and Arab men to marry ugly, white, colonizing women. They said this. They tweeted this. By the way, Jalen Brunson, the king of New York, married to a Jewish woman. I wonder how he feels about that. These are anti-American. They hate America. Listen, one thing is communism. I'm obviously a capitalist and entrepreneur. If you want to argue, I want everyone to have affordable living and then be able to go in and get health care, that's one thing. But when you openly hate the country that you're running for office in, that's a very different thing. And these people hate American. You know what, Stuart? I trust what people say a lot before they're elected. When they get elected, a lot of these people are deleting their tweets, saying, oh, we changed. They don't want to talk about it. It's garbage and it's scary. And that's why, as much as I'd hate to get into politics because it's the worst people, it's the worst life. You can't enjoy your life. I don't know what's going on in this country. And if somebody isn't going to step up or someone that to confront these people, it's a very scary place where we're going.
You're right.
They let the fox in the hen house.
Yeah. Let me move on because I've got a lot to talk to you about. Tonight, the U.S. men's soccer team takes on Bosnia-Herzegovina in the World Cup. You think Team USA will pull it off? Because they lost to Turkey A just last week.
Yeah, I know they lost. Stuart, we all know they're already in, and I know you're a soccer guy. You're probably rooting against them. This is the best USA team we've had in a long time, Stuart. Who are you rooting for, England?
Team USA. Absolutely. I think
you're rooting for Team USA.
Of course I am. Yes. Look, I'll be very happy if England wins or goes forward. I'll be very happy. My heart is to some degree in England. But I'm an American, and I like this team.
Okay.
They are the best team we've fielded for a long time.
Yeah, so I think they have a great chance tonight. Now, you and I know that the soccer tournament, they expanded it. So some of these early wins are a little different because usually there are less teams. But I love them tonight, and they're a heavy favorite. So it would be a massive disappointment if they don't win tonight.
It would. All right. The Supreme Court just upheld a ban on biological boys in girls' sports. Was that the right call, Dave?
They held they're not letting. Say that again.
I can't remember what...
I want to make sure I understand what you said before I get on the right side.
You're just trying to get me going here. The Supreme Court upheld a ban on biological boys in girls' sports. You know that's what I said. Was it the right call?
No, so they're saying boys can play, biological boys cannot play women's sport.
Biological boys cannot play in women's sports. Are we okay with this, Dave?
Duh. Yeah, that's what it should be. They dominate when they go in, and they should not be allowed in women's sports. Absolutely, totally agree with it.
Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next subject, which is far more important, which is you're the biggest Swiftie I know. Are you invited to the wedding, supposedly at Madison Square Garden?
No, I did not get invited to the wedding. Am I insulted? Am I ashamed? Am I embarrassed that I didn't get the invite? A little bit, but I didn't make the cut.
Why not? I can't believe it, Dave. You're a famous
Sometimes
guy. Everybody knows you.
Sometimes you think, yeah, sometimes you think you know a person, and apparently you're not as close as you think. So, no, I did not get the invite. I will say I have multiple houses, so maybe she sent it to the wrong address.
Would you get married, if for some reason you ever got married, would you get married at Madison Square Garden?
Now, as somebody who has thrown out the concept that I may run for mayor of New York City, I shouldn't say this, but it's an absolute dump. So no way would I want to get married at Madison Square Garden. Our office is basically across the street. It's not the nicest area in Manhattan. So no, I would not want to be walking through unless they're going to get rid of all the people, the homeless and the sleeping and the drunks. No, I wouldn't want to get married in the heart of New York City. It's supposed to be 104 degrees on Saturday,
Yes,
Stuart.
it is, as a matter of fact. That's true. Last one.
Yeah, so no thanks.
Last one. I've got to talk crypto. Bitcoin, latest quote, $59,000. You're a crypto guy. You bought it. Any regrets?
Yeah, I got regrets. I bought the thing at 100,000. So, I mean, right now, I don't know what's going on. There's nothing I've been wrong about more than Bitcoin. Every time I sell it, it goes nuclear. Every time I buy it, it tanks. I'm just holding. I'll hold this thing down to zero. Michael Saylor, he's buying, he's selling. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but I'm losing millions, Stuart.
But you're not selling it yet.
No, because I know if I sell it, it's going to go nuclear again and going to be on this. Yeah, so I'd rather go down with the ship this time.
All right, this is absolutely the last one. What about SpaceX? Do you own it or will you own it?
So I had some when it launched. I bought it. It went up to, I think, 210, which was crazy. So I shorted it. So I made money on both sides. Right now I have none. It's at 164. I think a long-term hold entry price, 125, 130, somewhere around there. I still think it goes down more.
Okay. I lied. I've got one more for you. We have to talk about your book. See, well, I'm giving you a commercial here. Yeah, there you go.
Well, I mean, come on, Stuart.
He's got your name up there big
books.
time. Cancel me if you can.
I got to move books.
Give me 30 seconds on the book. Give me 30 seconds.
This is the entire history of Barstool. I didn't want to write it, Stuart. I hired a ghostwriter. He spent 8 months writing it. I read paragraph 1. I said it's terrible. I had to write this thing myself. It took forever. I would never do it again. It took the most time of anything with getting paid the least amount of money. You want to talk about an industry, I don't know how it works, the book industry. But I think it's very good if you're a Barstool fan. It's a good story of an American underdog entrepreneur story.
I think you're going to make some...
How's that for 20 seconds?
By the way, anything you sell on your book off this show is commissionable. We'll talk about that later.
All right, deal.
Portnoy,
Deal.
you're all right. And great to have you on the show, Dave. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Good seeing you, Stuart. Take care.